So hello, and this is Mark once again, and this will be my eighth laboratory exercise with my subject data communication and networking. So the activity title for today is one configuration and routing system. Okay, so first I'm gonna read this one. So we have already established a LAN connection in our experiment 5. We learned that with the right IP configuration and a proper routing protocol, there will be a communication. In it is also important to have the same network in order to send information within a premise. The problem still rises: what will happen if there is a different network in wired or wireless environment? The solution is one connection that will be discussed in this experiment. Okay, so let's go to the procedure now. Okay, so I'm gonna go this. So number one, after doing the experiment in lab 4, we will now establish a one link. Make sure that the experiment is completed before proceeding in this experiment. So I actually deleted my uh, lab 4 before after doing the video, and so what I did is I rebuild the lab A, what's the laboratory number for activity. So I made this again. Okay, so first, okay, let's go to number 2 procedure. So in configuration, in configuring the one connection, click the Cisco one router and select configuration mode. Okay, so configuration, then choose serial 00. Okay, I'm gonna minimize this. So okay, next number 4. Configure serial 0 /0 by designating the IP address of 192. Oops, sorry. 192.168.2.1. Then press tab key. Okay, 190 subnet mask automatically configured. So set the clock rate. So to 56,000. 56,000 clock rate. Okay, so 56,000. Where's the 50? I saw it already. This one. Okay, so 56,000. Next, number 6. Enable the port status on. Okay, it's turned on already. Number 7. Click on new router and select configuration mode. Okay, so this one, this router. Okay, next, change the display name and host name to Cisco_2. Okay, Cisco_2. Display name and host name. Okay, save. Okay, okay, number 9. Configure the interface serial 0 /0/0 with IP address 192.192.2.2. Then press the tab key. Okay, so serial, then 192.168.2.2. Okay, next. Again, enable the port status. Okay, it's turned on already. Next. Note the indication and that the link is successful is when the serial link, the red blinking light should change to green, showing that the link is active. Okay, next, configure routing protocol. Click on Cisco underscore one. So from the previous experiment, this is Cisco space one. I'm gonna name that one. Okay. Oh, it's not allow. It's not allowed to change. Yeah, name. Ay, sorry. Okay. So what happened here? It's supposed to be two. Okay. Next step. Okay. So again, click on Cisco underscore one. Save. Then click on the tab RIP. Okay. And then add the network address 192.168.0 and 192.168.2. Okay, so I'm gonna add the route network address. Okay, that's 0. Then 192.168.2.0. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, click on Cisco 2 router and select config tab. Okay, then RIP. Add the network address 192.168.2.0. Okay, next. Go to each PC and set the default gateway to 192.168.1.1. Okay, so default gateway. One, oh, default gateway 192.168.1.1. Okay, next this one as well, PC number 2. Default gateway 192.168.1.1. Okay, next PC number 1 config desktop IP address default gateway 192.168.1.1. Okay, then in the setting default gateway PCs, enter the default gateway and click. Oh, yeah, let's see. So number 5 is test the connectivity of the network by clicking on simulation mode. Okay, so gonna have a note here. This is 192.168.1.2.1. Okay, then This one is 192.168.2.2, and their network address is network address 192.168.2.0. Okay, so we go to simulation mode, and let's try send the packet here. Okay, gonna send this to this router. Play. Close. Mhm. Okay, so now it's sending to this router, Cisco number 2 router, as you can see. Okay. Now they have connectivity. And, okay, let's try on real-time mode. Let's ping the 192.168.2.2. Okay, command prompt ping 192.168.2.2. Okay, so they have ping. Next is, so that's it for this configuration. Okay, okay, let's go to the question. So question number one, what is the difference between a LAN connection to one connection? So a LAN connection is a group of devices like computers, servers, switches, and printers that are located in the same building in a close proximity to each other. So the most common type of LAN is the Ethernet LAN, and one in or wide area network is the largest type of network. It includes it includes like multiple local area network, campus area network, metropolitan area network. So it is span over a geographical area. So the largest, uh, the one or the wide area network is the largest network. So the great example for this is the internet connection, where we can connect easily to uh, any website like Facebook. We can go Google. So that is one connection is, and the LAN connection is only within the organization. Okay, so that is what is the difference of LAN connection and one connection. So okay, so question number two. Can we establish a communication from one point to another having the same network? Okay, so yes, we can establish a connection from point to point link where, let's say, just like this one, they are connected within the 192.168.2 network. They are connected, and Mm, yeah, because there will be an only an error for point-to-point link if they are using like different routers. For example, this is where's my pen? Wait. For example, this. Hold on. Okay. So, for example, this router here is they are both Cisco. For example, this is not a Cisco. This is a Juniper. Juniper. Per. Because we have the what do we call the one encapsulation where, for example, oh, hold on. We have the one encapsulation with one encapsulation where there are different types of connection like point to point link, point 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 to point encapsulation, and number two is, let's say, HDLC. So because our router, before they communicate with one another, they are checking the encapsulation that is configured on each interface they are connected to. So the point-to-point link is it's an open source, open standard, you can say open standard, while the HDLC is Cisco proprietary protocol. Yeah. This one is a proprietary protocol, which means that it only runs with the Cisco devices where, uh, for example, this is a Juniper. So by default, it only runs the point-to-point and one encapsulation. And if you are using Cisco on the other side, like this one, by default this interface is its encapsulation one encapsulation is in the HDLC mode. So once you connect these two, they will not communicate because uh, they have a different one encapsulation. So if you don't understand, oh, so if this is a Cisco as well, you don't have to understand what is the one encapsulation, because once you put this serial link together from this side and to this side, there will be no problem because they are running the same one encapsulation, which is HDLC. But if you are running if this router is a Juniper or a different uh, s- router device, you have to configure this Cisco router to change its one encapsulation to point standard. So, I mean point to point encapsulation. So, so that's it. So you can. So that will be my answer for number two. Yes, we can establish the one point to another with the same network as long as uh, they are using the same device, or if not, you have to configure or change the one encapsulation to a point to point, yeah, enca. So that's it. Okay, next question. So number two, why do we need to configure routers? because we need to configure the router because so that we can have a communication from local to uh, from LAN connection to a wide area network. So example is the pin. Right. Okay, so for example, if we don't configure any routing or anything, our router will not gonna connect to the internet. For example, this from this side, this is a LAN connection and it's directly connected to this LAN A. But if in order for this PC to connect to the one one or wide area network, we have to configure the router. We have to configure its routing protocols. So for this laboratory, we use the RIP version 1 for configuring the routing, and so that this PC can communicate to the one, one or the wide area network. And so that is why it is important to configure the routing, the router, so that we can guide the router and how to get to this network. So that's it. And next question. Okay, so number 4, what can you conclude from this activity? So with this activity, we learn how to manage to the switches at the router, how to get to one one network, or how to configure the one network, and you also configuring the routing protocol from these routers. So let's check the routing protocol table. As you can see and show IP route. Okay, oh, so as you can see, this one is configured as an RIP. So 192.168.1.0 slash 24. It's in his routing table. So this one here is the LAN A connection, and it's connected to the serial 0/0/0/0. And this is the routing RIP version 1. So okay, so that is it for this activity. Thank you.